Hey guys, this is Jessica Gutierrez with Clean With Me podcast. This is a podcast where I walk you through cleaning your house step by step. So let's clean together. Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. So it's Clean With Me podcast day, guys. I'm super excited to clean with you guys today. And I want you guys to get pumped and get motivated and ready to clean. I want you to drop any kind of bad feelings you have today about, just get that all out of your mind. Do whatever it is that makes you happy. I want you guys happy, motivated, ready to clean. And if you're not there, then just start cleaning and just, against all your better judgment, just start. Whenever I'm at my lowest and I just, cannot think of any good reason to clean my house, I just force myself to start doing something. And that's what this podcast is for. It's for you. It's for the people that maybe don't feel like cleaning, don't know how to stay on task. Maybe you just need someone to tell you ideas on what to do because you can't really think of things to do and, places to deep clean and things like that. So that's why I'm here. But I'm going to get you guys motivated today. I'm going to get you going, get you ready to go. So whatever you do to get ready, I know I say this every episode, but you gotta do whatever works for you. And I know that sometimes it's repetitive, but sometimes repetition is the best way to do things, because if you get yourself, the routine is good. Routine is positive when it comes to cleaning. Routine is everything. So, do what you do, get ready for the day, put your hair up in a bun, open a window, light a candle, light a Scentsy, spray some Febreze, get your kids occupied, put them on a tablet or an activity or, a workbook if you're homeschooling, or if you don't have kids in the house and you live in an adult household or by yourself, then, just throw on the podcast and get ready for the day. So once you guys do that, once you guys get yourself motivated or do your ritual, whatever it is you do to get ready to clean, we're going to get right into it and we're going to do a laundry switch. So get those clothes out of the dryer and put them in a laundry basket for after the episode. And then go ahead and pull your clothes out of the washer, put them in the dryer, and then we're going to start a new load of laundry. And do whatever is a priority for you. Laundry wise, I try to do, how many loads of laundry you're doing a day, it depends on your household size, your phase of life, etc. If you have young children, small children, you're probably doing a lot of washing, because I know my kids are going through a phase where they like to dump stuff out constantly. Like if I give my 1-year-old, her favorite sippy of juice, she will thank me by dumping it on the floor most of the time. It's usually inevitable. The second I look away, she will dump it on the floor. So there's a lot of towels being thrown. There's a lot of towel loads being thrown around. And if you guys are a part of my socials, you saw that she, quote unquote, helped me do a load of laundry. She wants to help. She's in a phase where she likes helping with cleaning, and she put 1,000 dryer sheets in the dryer. And I do watch my child. Don't come at me saying oh, you don't watch your kid. Trust me, literally this is within 5 seconds. I turned my back for 5 seconds to use the restroom, if I'm being honest, and I came back and she had put, because she watches me do laundry all the time, she had put the laundry detergent overflowing in the cap, and it was all over the floor. And then she had pretty much 100, the whole box of dryer sheets in the dryer. She had put the entire box in there, and then she said, "I did it, Mommy, I did it." And how can I be mad at that? She was trying to help. But anyway, as funny as that was, I couldn't get mad at her. I just cleaned it up, but I just thought it was hilarious, so I put it on my Facebook page, the Clean With Me podcast Facebook page. But anyway, you should be done with your laundry by now, so let's go ahead and move on to your kitchen area, and let's just start quickly unloading the dishwasher. We're going to get everything out of the way in your drying rack. If you don't have a dishwasher, just unload your drying rack, put all the dishes where they go. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about staying motivated and staying on top of things, and when you let your house get really bad. I know I've been talking about this a lot lately. It's just I've had a lot going on. If you follow me on Patreon, social media, I don't disclose everything that goes on in my life, but I have had a lot of things going on, negative things, and I don't like to talk about negative things on here at all, because this is a cleaning podcast. It's meant to motivate. I want to motivate y'all and myself. I want to motivate myself also, so I want to talk about positive things and remain positive, and, talk about things that are going to help me. And most of the time, actually, when I'm telling you things that help to help motivate you, I'm talking to myself, because I am going through a little bit of a rough patch, and just be doing the dishes while I am talking. Start with a very good pre-rinse. Well, I'm sorry, scratch that. Start by collecting dishes from around the house. I know a lot of kids are back to school, so this will probably fall upon the parent, if whoever's listening, to gather dishes from around the house. And I am holding my baby. She's asleep. And if you heard that nasty cough, I will explain that in just a moment. But, so, gather all the dishes from around the house and bring them to the kitchen area so you can do them all at once. Go in each individual room and just gather any cups or anything like that may have strayed, or any cups in the living area or anything, so that way while you're in dish mode, you can get all of your dishes. And you can delegate this to other people if you do have someone in your house still. But once you have done that, once you've collected all of your dishes, I want you guys to do a really thorough, really good pre-rinse of all of your dishes, and then just get right in there and just start tackling them and getting them done. Oh, I'm sure you probably heard my little one's nasty cough. I'm holding her right now. She's asleep. So I thought I had finished quarantine. So, I was feeling better. I had been non-symptomatic for a few days. It was day number, I don't know, 12 or 11 or 12 or something like that when it was my birthday. So I had their dad watch them and went, out for my birthday because I thought I was fine. And be doing the dishes while I'm talking, of course. And that night when I came home, my husband Joey had told me that my daughters, my 3-year-old and my 1-year-old, were both coughing pretty bad. Just off and on, nothing to worry about. He just said they were coughing a little bit, and I was like, oh no, because when I was sick, they just had runny noses, and I was like, oh great, we dodged this bullet. They probably just got really minor versions of it, and I thought they had already been sick. Well, I was wrong, apparently. I took them to the doctor the next morning after my birthday. This was yesterday. And they tested both. But I actually went for, my daughter had a rash on her. And so I went for multiple reasons. I went for the rash and also their cough. But I thought it was nothing, because I was like, surely it isn't coronavirus, because, it's been so long since I had it, and they've been around me every second of the way. So I didn't think, it would be anything like that. But but since the cough was so bad, I was like, well, maybe they are just contracting the coronavirus or something. So I just had them both tested just to be safe while I was there. And it came back that Juliana was positive for coronavirus. That's my 3-year-old, and my 1-year-old Rosalie was positive for RSV. And they both tested negative for the other one. Like, one of them just tested positive for coronavirus and not the other one, and one of them just tested positive for RSV and not the other one. So that's why Rosalie has a really nasty cough. Juliana has a really nasty cough. They both have low-grade fevers. I thought I dodged the bullet. I didn't. He said that it is very likely that they are going to pass the viruses to each other and that they are going to overlap, meaning that they're both going to end up with both coronavirus and RSV. So I have to be very careful and watch their respiratory health because, they're both respiratory illnesses. So that's a little bit worrisome. They're doing okay right now. They're eating well. They're eating better than they were eating. Juliana doesn't really want to eat as much, and she says her throat hurts a lot. Her neck hurts. She gets mad if I say her throat because her throat doesn't hurt. Her neck hurts. But my poor babies, they're just so sick, and they don't know. They don't understand what's going on, and just pray that that they get better quickly and that they don't have any complications from it because, potentially it can be dangerous for them to have both, and their coughs do scare me. The doctor said that they're doing great right now, though. Their lungs sounded good and everything like that. We just need to keep an eye on them. So, all that to say this, housework is always not a priority when things like this happen. A lot of things have been happening to me, and housework does seem to suffer when you're dealing with stuff like this, obviously, because you're more worried about the kids than anything. And just be working on those dishes and doing a very thorough pre-rinse. Make sure you're checking your refrigerator for any leftovers. Is there anything that needs to be thrown away in your refrigerator? And any dishes that need to be washed, maybe anything like that while you're in dish mode, go ahead and do that. But it's really hard during the times like that to stay focused on the house and stay motivated. But it's really still important to stick to routines, and there's going to be some curveballs and there's going to be some wrenches thrown in your routines, and you're not going to be able to get everything. Oh, poor baby. You're not going to be able to get everything done that you usually would be able to get done. Like right now, I'm doing my podcast late and holding my 6th sleeping baby because that's just what I had to do. She was really just clingy last night and just wanted her mommy because she didn't feel good. And she can't take a whole lot of stuff for her cough because she's so little. So it's been difficult, and I really hate being negative. Like I said, I hate being negative Nancy on the podcast, and I hate constantly saying, okay, this happened, now this happened, I broke my foot, I did this, I did that. I know you guys are like, wow, this woman is unlucky, and yes, I'm going through a very unlucky streak, and I keep thinking it's going to be over, but then things keep happening, and I know, don't get me wrong, there are so many people that go through so much worse, and I am blessed beyond belief, and, my kids are very healthy and they handle illnesses very well, and they're doing very well, and I have nothing to complain about. It's just a little problem along the road. But I thank all of you for your loving support on Facebook, all of your gratitude, and those of you on Patreon that have wished me well and told me that they're praying for me. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are so sweet, and thank you for sticking with the podcast and supporting me financially, especially, and just with your comments. All of you have been amazing, and those comments really do, I really do take those to heart, and they really do mean something to me. So I really appreciate having you guys there and knowing that there's somebody thinking about me and my family and wishing us well. That really means a lot when I'm going through hard times and stuff. But this isn't about me. This is about you. I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know what's going on, so you don't think, I know it's probably irritating that I used to always, come out on, with my podcast at 5:30 a.m. and now it's like, just sometime on a Wednesday. I will be more consistent with that moving forward. It's just, been hard lately. Just, I keep getting these curveballs thrown at me, but you guys have been so supportive through it, and I just I want to base this podcast on staying with it and keeping your house, during these times. And I know I've been talking about that and talking about these themes, but it's because I'm going through it, and I think a lot of people are, battling depression, anxiety, depression, all kinds of things that can keep you from keeping your house clean. And, you could have bipolar disorder, whatever, that makes you just not want to do anything and just let your house just slowly get worse and worse and worse. So I want to help you guys and realize that, everybody goes through those things, maybe not the same as you. Everyone goes through different things, but you're not alone, and there's a whole network of people that need help cleaning their house. Not everyone's a perfect housekeeper. Most people are not, and most people need help in that area. And I'm one of them, and I get behind, and I get, frustrated, and I get to where it's not a priority for me, sometimes. And, life happens, life gets in the way, but I just really want to help you guys stay to where your house, because it really does help your mental state when your house is clean. And I hope I'm making sense, but if your house is not clean, it just creates more problems really for yourself. So I'm going to talk about keeping your house clean during these times. So I encourage you, if you're going through a tough time, if you have sick kids, if you're sick yourself, if you have a mental, I don't want to say problems, but mental, I guess, anything mentally that's keeping you from wanting to clean your house, and you're just in a bad place, or, anything like that. I just want you to know that you're not alone, and that you can keep your house clean. And my goal for this podcast is for people with ADHD or depression, or just going through a hard time, or just maybe just nothing in particular is wrong with your life. You just have a hard time in a very busy schedule, and it's hard for you to maintain your household with how strict and crazy your schedule might be. Or maybe you're living by yourself and you're living alone, and it's hard to keep your house clean when there's nobody really holding you accountable, because you're just out at home all day. And I want you to be able to listen to my podcast and have that be like your cleaning schedule. Like, that's what it's here for. On Wednesdays, you do a whole house clean, and then you do try listening to my 20-minute episodes. You don't have to listen to them just when they come out. You can listen to them at other times. and like maybe listen to one of my, just a Sunday episode, a 20-minute episode, when you're just having a busy day. That way you can use because I've mentioned before setting timers. So you can use my podcast as like a timer and just pick one of my like 20-minute, 15-minute ones and use it like as a timer and just do like a quick cleaning spurt of your house. You can listen to a full length one when you're feeling motivated, or at least when it comes out once a week. That way you're at least cleaning your whole house one time a week. But, so most of you should be done with your dishes by now. If you're not, if you're having a bad dish day, that's okay. You can pause me, remind me, or just keep going and keep doing your dishes. But if you are done with your dishes, we're going to go ahead and move on to clearing surfaces. So go ahead and clear everything out of your way. Pretend that the one person that you care about, what they think of your house the most, is on their way to your house, and you only have 10 minutes to get this house perfect and clean and organized, and just go have at it. Look at your house from the eyes of that person, the person that you're thinking of right now, that you're like, I would hate for them to catch me with that messy house. Or say you have someone in your life that is a clean freak and their house is always immaculate. Be like, what would they think is, cluttery? I am blessed with having friends that are super clean and that help me all the time. That when they come over, they're like, hey, what is all this stuff doing here? And they, hold me accountable, and they tell me when I need to, like organize an area, or if I have a hot spot accumulating stuff in like a place, they'll be like, what is all this stuff doing here? And I'm like, you know what? Good question. I don't know. It's just been there. Like, because we get used to seeing stuff. Like I always talk about, we get used to seeing stuff in certain areas and hot spots, and we just, that's the home for those clothes. That's the home for the mail. That's the home for the 500 knickknacks that someone gave me recently, and I just put them on my countertop and haven't touched them. Like, so look in your kitchen from the eyes of someone else and just clear all the clutter. If it doesn't need to be on your countertop, put it away or get rid of it. If you have random knickknacks that mean nothing to you, that aren't necessarily decorations, that you just stuff like that you just sat there, like, I don't know, rocks that your kids brought in, all kinds of, I don't know, just junk, knickknacks, whatever it may, I don't know, stuff people have given you, stuff that you brought inside from a busy day at work, just random stuff that was in your pockets that you just threw on the countertop, things like that. Just clutter. Make sure you're putting all that away where it goes and getting rid of that clutter instead of just working around the clutter. Make sure you're putting stuff away and actually cleaning the clutter. And then get your Clorox wipes or your rag and warm soapy rag, and do a thorough wipe down of your countertop, your microwave. I mentioned before that if your microwave is really bad and crusty, you can microwave a bowl of water for 5 minutes and it'll like steam clean it and get everything loose and moist, and then you can just wipe it off. And just thoroughly wipe down everything you see. Handles of the refrigerator, especially if you have a stainless steel refrigerator, you probably need to wipe the whole thing down. And then if you have spot cleaned and you've brushed any crumbs on the floor, go ahead and do a spot sweep. That way you're not tracking those throughout the house. And I say that every time because it's true. You don't want to track stuff throughout the house. And once you've spot swept any crumbs that had fallen on the floor, don't forget to take out your trash and change the liner of your trash can. If it needs to be rinsed out and you don't have time to do it now, you can write that down on a piece of paper and do it either after the episode or as soon as possible, maybe tomorrow. But don't put it off too long. Make sure you do that if you need to. But go ahead and take out your trash, and if it's trash day or close to trash day, go ahead and take it out to the dumpster as well. Or delegate if you have a teenage boy, especially, or girl. Go ahead and have them do that. So once you've done everything in the kitchen, and if you are having a really bad kitchen day and, you want to pause me and go ahead and finish the kitchen, you do whatever it is you want to do, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the living area at this time just because it's been 25 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and go on to the living area, and we're going to get the focal points of the room like usual. Go ahead and get your couch and fix the couch cushions, take them off, and either vacuum or sweep off any crumbs, especially if you eat on the couch. I eat on my couch, so I have to do this pretty regularly. I get my little hand vacuum, or just the attachment on the vacuum would work, and then I thoroughly vacuum it down, and then I pick new throw pillows. So, like I said, that motivates me to keep the house cleaner when I do stuff like that. So I get really excited weirdly when I'm fixing up my couch. So once you've vacuumed underneath the cushions and fluffed all your pillows and stuff like that, then you can arrange your couch the way you want and make it look nice and pretty. And then open the windows in your living area if you haven't already. And that way there'll be plenty of light in your living area. And look on your couch if you have a cloth couch, and are there any spots on your couch? If so, then get the Resolve and just do a little quick spot cleaning of your couch. I mentioned before that we have a couch at home that you can take the covers off and wash them, but I was talking about spot cleaning. So yeah, spot clean your couch, and when you're done with that, just do a thorough pickup of your outer areas. Make sure you put everything where it goes in its place. Look at your living area, open your windows if you haven't opened them already. Like I mentioned before, just open your windows, and that way you'll be able to see the spots on your couch, and you can clean them with Resolve or any carpet cleaner. I like the one that has the sponge with it. And spot clean your couch, and then if you have a leather couch, you can just wipe down using, they have like special cleaners for leather or whatever it is you use to clean your leather couch, and just do like a little wipe down of that. Done picking up, don't be afraid to look underneath your couch and get a broom and just get underneath your couch and sweep anything that's underneath your couch. You can use your broom handle to kind of like, create stick it all the way down underneath your couch and get everything out from under it. I mentioned that I got one that's a little bit lower to the ground, so I don't really have as bad of that problem, but I still get little things here and there that get behind the couch and stuff like that. So just take care of that now and put that stuff where it goes. It might seem daunting. It might seem like it'll take a long time, but it really doesn't. So don't stress too much about it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. Just clean under that couch. And same thing goes with if you have like a coffee table, an end table with drawers or openings. If they're disorganized, if they're like a crazy mess, you might need to go through them. And so yeah, just look at your house from the view of a stranger, from somebody that isn't usually in your house, and just put everything away. Look inside your drawers. Are they disorganized? Do you have things accumulated on top of surfaces, maybe inside of your end table drawers, inside. I know some people have coffee tables that open. Maybe you have like a TV stand that has like movies or something inside. Are those organized? Are those becoming, hot spots where stuff is just accumulating on top of them or in them? If so, you need to take care of that and put that away, that stuff away. But if you have a situation, a hot spot, or something like that has accumulated for a long time, and you have a lot of clutter in your living area, and you're listening to my podcast week after week, and you're like, okay, that's great, Jessica, but you don't understand. I have like a lot of stuff accumulated in my living area. It's not just a couple things here and there. I haven't been maintaining my house. I've been in a deep depression, and I have these major hot spots, and maybe you're just like, okay, she's not talking to me because I just don't have the time to do this. Well, that would be the time to do the timer method that I mentioned before, and just don't get overwhelmed. It is very overwhelming, but if you have an area in your living area or wherever it may be in a hot spot that, that's accumulated so much junk that you just don't know where to start, or maybe a room in your house that's just become like a junk pile, like, there was a time in my house where one of the kids' rooms, it was when we had the kittens, one of the kids' rooms had become like somewhere that nobody ever went, and it was overtaken by cats, and there was just like clothes everywhere, and it was just a big mess, and it was really overwhelming. And what I did was I set a timer. I set a timer for myself, and I went back to the timer method. Like I said, I switch between methods. It just depends on the place of my life and what I'm doing. But I find for like really bad clutter situations where things have accumulated and it's just like a lot, I set timers for those things. I pull everything out, and then I set a timer like for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and I spend that much time. And it's whatever you are capable of personally, whatever you think you can handle. Like, I'm going to spend 20 minutes in this specific area, you know what I mean? And then you just go have at it for that 20 minutes and get as much as you possibly can done, and just start somewhere. That's the hardest part, is just starting somewhere. So just set a timer and just start putting stuff away. And before you know it, if you do that every day, a little bit every day, like set a goal for yourself. It depends on your situation, but maybe, for example, you have a really bad room in your house that's just a cluttery, hoarder situation where it's just a terrible mess. I'm not judging you at all. Sometimes it just slowly accumulates. And nobody's house gets like that overnight. It happens slowly over time, and we all have hard things that we have to go through. Different people, different lives, no judgment at all. But the best thing to do is just tackle it a little bit at a time, and before you know it, it'll be completely clean and done. So just, set a timer and just get to it, and just tell yourself, whatever, and this is specific to you, but like, for example, I'm going to spend 10 minutes a day on this specific hotspot, this specific cluttery room, and before you know it, it'll be clean and ready to go. So, do whatever you need to do in your living area. If you need to wipe down your TV stands, if you've put everything away that needs to be put away, this, I'm kind of jumping around and doing my normal cleaning routine for those of you that want that, but I'm also talking to people that have, some more severe situations in your house that you maybe can't clean in an hour-long episode. But yeah, just try the timer method for sure, and write lists too, goals. Make specific, very specific goals for yourself. But for those of us that are still working on our living area and, picking up, wipe down your windowsills, you might need to dust. If you haven't done that in a while, you might need to dust ceiling fans. You might need to dust your blinds. There's a number of things you can use to dust your blinds. I like to use Clorox wipes. But just, dust using, I like to use a wet rag. You can use a dry duster. I like to use a wet duster, which is, just a wet rag or a wet wipe, and wipe off your TV stand. And we're back. So, while I was doing my podcast, I am sitting in my hallway so that my daughter can watch a show. My oldest, I'm holding the little one. And I heard her open the back door, and I scolded her for it, but I didn't realize that she had let my dog out into the backyard, and apparently the fence wasn't closed right, because my husband left with his trailer this morning, and yeah. So she let the dog out, and the neighbor thankfully got the dog. He brought him to the front door, so I had to pause the podcast for that. I cannot believe she did that, but I was like, I'm so sorry. I was trying to focus on my podcast, and I heard the door open, and I scolded her for it. And told her, not to open the door while I was on the podcast, but I didn't realize the dog ran out. Oh, but anyway, long story short, the dog is back in our possession. But anyway, you should be done by now wiping down. If you're not, that's okay, no judgment. But you should be done wiping down and picking up in your living area and fixing it up. Maybe you need to fix your entryway, make sure your rugs are, in place. If your rugs haven't been cleaned, if you have rugs in your house and they haven't been cleaned in a while, a good way to clean them is to put them over like a fence and to hit them with something to get the dust out, or I vacuum my rugs pretty regularly. But once you're done with that, if you need to spot clean your floor, if you see anything, if you have a carpet floor and you see any spots that need to be spot cleaned, you could do that at this time too. If not, if you have a wood floor and there's any sticky spots or anything, you can wipe those up with some Clorox wipes. But if you do not, we're going to go ahead and move on. We'll do all of the floors at the end of the episode, I will remind you. And we're going to go ahead and move on to our bathrooms. So go ahead and gather up all your dirty laundry. If you have I have a dirty laundry basket in my bathroom for people to put their dirty laundry in. So I just grab that and move that to the laundry area. If you're like me, do that. If you just have maybe somebody threw some dirty laundry on the floor, you can, pick that up and put that in the laundry area. If you have other bathrooms in the house and you have older kids that aren't at school, maybe teenagers that, or other adults that you live with, you can delegate and have them do their bathrooms at this time. If you have big kids, or if you're listening to this in the evening, I know a lot of you probably don't have kids, school-age kids at home anymore. If you homeschool, then you can delegate right at this time. If you're in a position to delegate, I guess I should say, then you can delegate people to, clean their own bathrooms and to get their dirty laundry out of their bathrooms and put put it in the laundry area. But if it's just you, then you do that, and then also start clearing the countertops of anything that's there that shouldn't be. And I try, obviously the goal is always to put things away as you use them. So I try to put my makeup away as I use it. I try to put, my straighteners away after they cool down and after I'm done using them. My blow dryers, all my little things like that. I like to put away as I use them just to make my life easier so I don't have that big of a cleanup job. But if you, if you're not the only person in the house, there's probably, stuff on your countertop, or if you are and you just, you're too busy to do that and it's just not something you can bring yourself to do, that's fine, no judgment, but let's go ahead and put that away and clear as much surface area as possible. That way we can do a thorough wipe down. So let's grab our Clorox wipes and our paper towels, our Windex. Let's clean our mirrors first, and then let's wipe down. Once we've cleared our surface area, let's wipe down all of our countertops and everything. And, move like our soap and our toothbrushes, whatever we keep on the countertop that has a permanent home. Just pick those up and then wipe down underneath, like we do with our appliances in our kitchen. Make sure those are really wiped down. Then go ahead and move on to the toilet. I like to put on gloves for this part. Take your bleach, your squirtable bleach, or however it is you clean your toilet. And I like to use the Clorox squirtable bleach. When I say Clorox, I usually use the generic version of it, but it's just so you know what it means. The toilet bleach with the nozzle that, sticks to underneath the rim. I squirt that underneath there. I let that sit while I wipe down everything with Clorox wipes. I wipe down the entire toilet. I make sure to get all of the sides underneath. I do this at least once a week, preferably more than that if you've got little kids that are always rubbing on your toilet, but at least once a week for sure. And then I make sure to wipe behind the toilet, all that good stuff. And shower, same thing. Just if daily I like to use my sponge, my soap dispensing sponge, to clean with scrubbing bubbles or something inside of it, just to clean, do it once over, just scrub my shower and bath after I take a shower, to maintain it and to keep the soap scum and stuff away. But once a week, or whenever I get to it. No, I don't always do it once a week if I'm maintaining it really well, but once a week is a good guideline for it if you're not maintaining every day. I like to Ajax it and just bleach it and make sure your bathroom is well ventilated. When you do this, make sure you have like a vent fan, window open, stuff like that. Don't do it if you're pregnant. And I, dampen everything with the shower water and then sprinkle it on and let it sit. And then scrub it up with my sponge, rinse it down the drain. Make sure you get all of the, spots where the shampoo goes, the little ledges. Make sure you get those and all the soap scum so they don't accumulate, stuff like that. And then once that's sat for a good while that's sitting, I like to clean the bathroom floors. And, if you have a smaller bathroom floor area, just use my mom uses like a Swiffer pad without her Swiffer and just wipes it down with her hand just because it's a small area. And she just cleans it up really quickly like that. Or you could just use a soap and rag and just quickly wipe down the floor. Or you can use whatever you want. If you just want to sweep and mop with the rest of your house, you can do that too. Whatever's easier for you. But I like to do this just that way, with like a rag or a Clorox wipe, or not really Clorox wipe, but like I meant a Swiffer pad or a rag or something like that in the bathroom floor, just that way I can get into the grout and those hard to reach places a little bit more, and because it's a smaller surface area. But you do whatever you know, every bathroom's different and everything, and then once I'm done with that, I rinse out and scrub my tub and shower that the bleach has been sitting in, and rinse it clean. And I usually use like a bucket or a cup or something that I keep in or around my tub for this purpose. But once you guys are done with the bathroom, let's go ahead and go to the bedroom really quickly and go ahead and take the bedding off of your bed. Take off the bedding and then put it in a place in your laundry area that it'll be made a priority. I mentioned before in past podcasts, if you're new here, I have like a big black bin, like a giant black bin with a lid on it that I put dirty laundry in, because my laundry area is in my living room. I have a very small house, so I don't want people seeing my dirty laundry, and it just looks bad, obviously. So I put my dirty laundry in the black bin. So whenever I have my bedding that I'm going to wash, that I take off of my bed, I put that on top of the black bin to make it a priority, because it's right there and you can see it, in my living room, and I don't want my bedding just sitting there. It makes the living room look dirty. So I make it a priority. That's going to be the next thing that goes in the wash for sure. And that way it'll be nice and clean and ready for bedtime. And then I make my bed, of course, before I go to bed at night. And then, like I said, make sure you're vacuuming your mattress at least once a month. Maybe throw some baking soda on there if you need to, if it's like an old mattress. But same thing as the bathroom. Go ahead and take your dirty laundry baskets and move them to the laundry area to be cleaned. And put your dirty laundry from your bedroom and go ahead and put that in the laundry area. And have whoever lives in your household, you can delegate them to do the same. Like I said, I have different laundry baskets for each kid. You don't have to do it that way, but that's how I do it, so that we don't mix up their clothes. Obviously the babies and my clothes are kind of together because I wash them anyway. They're little babies. But like my teenagers each have their own separate baskets, so their clothes don't get mixed up, because they're pretty much similar in size, so we don't want to mix up their clothes with each other. And then once you're done moving all of your dirty laundry to the laundry area, go ahead and pick up anything that does not belong around your bedroom. Same thing as with the other rooms, and put it where it goes. If there's any, like, if you have like a chair in your bedroom that's accumulating like clean clothes, dirty clothes, etc., take care of that. If you have any drawers that are getting out of hand, maybe your closet and your clothes are completely a wreck and completely unorganized, and it just seems so overwhelming to you. Like I said, with anything else, just spend like 10 minutes a day, maybe a lot, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever you can a day, to just going through your clothes and making sure that it's something that you wear. And then before you know it, you'll have a perfectly organized room. So if it's not already organized, that's something you can do. Same thing with your kids' bedding. You can take off if you're in charge of little babies like I am, you can take their toddler bedding and, wash it as well. Unless they're like my kids and they crawl into your bed almost every night, so they probably don't need to be washed more like every other week. They need to be washed because they barely ever sleep in their beds. I'm looking at you, Juliana and Rosalie. But anyway, just clean up everything in your room that doesn't belong. Any hot spots, pick up. any accumulation. Look at your room as if you were another person. Take pride in your room. If you maybe, take pride in your room if you don't feel like motivated to clean your room. Maybe get a picture for your room, paint a picture for your room. Put some new lights in your room. I don't know, anything that will get you excited about your room. Like Juliana got a $5 bed canopy for her bed, and she still doesn't sleep in the bed, so I guess that's a bad example. But anyway, she, just, it makes her more excited about her bed, and she makes her bed now. So I guess that is a good example. Even though she doesn't sleep in it, she does make her bed if she lays in it, because she likes to play doctor a lot and mess up her bedding. She doesn't actually sleep in it, but she plays doctor and messes it up. But she likes to make her bed now because she has her princess bed. So same thing applies. Get some throw pillows, get something, and maybe, something, a picture, anything or maybe just open a window in your room if it's gloomy. But once you're done picking up picking up everything from your floor, if there's anything under your bed that needs to be taken care of, you can do that too. And like always, if I'm saying stuff and you're not going to be able to get to it because your house is just too much today, maybe it's just a disaster and you got some things done, maybe you just got the dishes done, but you would like to get more done, just write it down to do another day. Don't worry. And I am now going to remind you to go ahead and do your laundry switch. Go ahead and switch your laundry. Take your clothes from the washer and put them in the dryer, and then fold your clothes. After you do a whole house floor clean and floor rescue, as my mom would call it, and do a full sweep and mop of your entire house, or vacuum if you have carpeting, or if you have rugs, you can vacuum your rugs and just clean the floors in all of your entire house. But I'm so proud of you guys. You made it the whole hour. You did it. You cleaned the whole hour. I bet your house looks so much better, even if all you did was the dishes or just the kitchen this entire hour. You did something. You made progress. The kitchen is the most important thing, so I'm very proud of you guys. And I'm so proud of you guys. You stayed on task. You got things done. And that's the most important thing. I'm so glad that you guys cleaned with me today.